Everyone. You know, here's I want you guys to tell me, each and every one of you out there, I want you to tell me something, okay? You know, I mean, we all have that element of being weird, right? It's just that some people happen to be good when it comes to concealing that, or rather hiding that, compared to others, okay? So I want you to share one thing that that you think makes you a little bit of a weirdo. I will tell you mine, and that is, you see, in fact, let me put this entirely up to you. I want you to tell me how pathetic it is. I mean, how pathetic do you find me to be because of the fact that I can listen to one track, I mean a single track, for days, I mean weeks, or perhaps sometimes even months. And if I try to listening to something else other than the track that I'm obsessed about at that moment, I mean, I cannot take it. I literally can't. You see, right now, there are pros and cons to it though. You see, right now, this is the track I've been playing for days. But there are pros and cons, okay? I mean, to the whole ideology of listening to one track for a long time, okay? And the advantage is it keeps me going. I code non-stop. The more I do that, the more I code non-stop, okay? Because it feels like, for some weird reason, it feels like time isn't moving at all. And the next thing you know, I'll be super surprised to find that 3 days have passed by. Okay, that's why I'll have a huge problem when it comes to days. I cannot keep track of days, months. If you were to ask me what day of the week it is, there's a less likelihood that I will tell you the right answer. Anyways, enough with me and my stories. Let's check this out. We're doing 7.19. Oh, this is it right here. Right, the following method that returns true if the list is already sorted in increasing order. Okay. It says program that prompts the user to enter a list and displays whether the list is sorted or not. Here is a sample run. Okay, note that the first number is in the input indicates the number of elements in the list. This number is not part of the list, okay? Okay, so what is it do I want to do? I want to go print. Enter a list. Okay, even though there is a list of integers, we can play around with it. We can read it as a list of what? This is the part where I've got to create a scanner. We can read it as a list of strings. System.in. Of course, down here I've got to close my scanner, otherwise I will have that annoying warning. Okay, so I'll go input dot next line, and then I'll invoke the split method. So this solution will only work if the correct type of input is passed. Okay. Oh, where was I? I don't know. I got distracted by this person. She wanted to buy ice cream. I don't know if you know that I sell ice cream. So since it's a sunny day, people then tend to buy more. Okay, enough of that. Let's continue with this. Okay, now that I've read user input, in fact I haven't. I've only created variables. Okay, I'm looking for another one called is sorted. Okay, as the name suggests, it will tell us whether or not it will tell us whether or not our list is sorted. Numbers at 0 if numbers at 0 is not equals to we want to make sure that the first number corresponds to the number of element for our list. If this is not the case, immediately system.exit. Immediately we've got to exit our program. Okay, now that I've got that out of the way, the next thing for me to do is to use a loop. In fact, this is the core of this exercise. Numbers.length and is sorted. Then I'll go I++. If numbers at I compared to, this is the reason why in the first place I decided to read user input as strings. Okay, I want to compare this with the next number, right? If this is if the compared to method gives us a number greater than 0, which means that the first number is greater than the second one. Okay, and then we know that this is not a sorted list. Print the list is set. I'm checking if it's sorted. If it is, then I'll go already. Otherwise I'll go not. Sorted. Concatenation sign there. Okay. Yeah. That should be it for this tutorial, everyone. I think the main reason why they decided to put these two asterisks there is because of the fact that they presumed maybe that you will use integers. You're gonna play around with integers. If you had to do that, you wouldn't be able to take advantage of the compared to method. Okay, and hence you will have a pretty long solution compared to this one. Let's hit the run button and see what we get. Really? Let's see. That wasn't intentional. Wait a sec. You know what, you guys, I discovered something really interesting about this. You see, the effects of using the split method, right? And okay, before I even get there, the reason why I've got this error is because there's this white space. Oh, it cannot be removed now. There's this white space preceding 8. Okay, check this out. If I do this, in fact, if I do this, let me start by displaying the length. These are 9 numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So I'm expecting to get 9. Check this. Check what's going to happen though. I've got 10, right? Perhaps I should have used println that way. It's gonna be easily visible to all of you out there. Okay, you see we've got 10 elements. Now question is, what's the 10th element? The 10th element, because it is actually this space here, and it happens to be the first element on our list. Check this out. I'll try to display. Honestly speaking, you guys, this I did not know. I just discovered it. Okay, I want you to see. Okay, so we're expecting to get an 8 here, right? Turns out we're not going to get that. Again, it's because of this space here. You see, I can get rid of it. If we do it, things gonna work out as we expected, as we expect them to. Okay, but if I put that space over there, then you're gonna have a problem. Doesn't matter what we put on there, like next to 1. Here's what's going to happen. You see, even though we expected 8 to be displayed, there's no 8 there, meaning that it is this space here, the one I just told you about, that happens to be the first element of our list. So be careful when using your next line, or your split method. Okay. A best move will be to probably trim this. Okay, let's try with that now, with the trim being applied. Again, there exists this space there. You see, now we're good. It's because we took care of that space that was preceding our user input, our first element, which was 8. Okay, so I can get rid of this now, and now our program works. Of course, it would have worked even if I had to do things this way. If I had to go if I had to make sure there are no spaces. Okay, check this out. This is supposed to work. See, indeed it works. However, we cannot take chances. That's why you need to put the trim method there. We cannot have a solution that depends on whether or not there are spaces preceding user input. No, we cannot stand that. Okay, so let's check out the second input. The second sample run. You better work, dumbass. Isn't this thing supposed to say it's already sorted? Oh, 10 is actually not part of the list. Oh, now I see. You see the reason why our program isn't working? It is because of the fact that, you see, the compared to method, for instance, take this number here. When we're comparing 9 and 11 wouldn't be treated as number 11. It will be treated as 1 1, right? So 9 will be compared with 1 firstly, right? Depending on the results, it will then get compared with the second one. My point is, this 11 here, since it is a string, and the compared to method on string compares each and every character making up that string. Right here, for any 2 digits number, we've got 2 characters. So it's not gonna be like we're comparing 9 and 11. Okay, so that's why I've got that weird output there. Okay, so here's what I can do to show that to you guys. Oops. I had to do a little bit of debugging here in order to identify that. In fact, it's something that I know. It's just that for some weird reason I kind of forgot. Check this out. Again, look at the results here. At first, I expected to have positive numbers only on this side here. Negative numbers only. However, right here we have a positive number because 9 is compared with 1, not 11. Okay, so that is why we've got to do this. We've got to do things this way. You don't want to use the compared to method. In fact, we can use in fact, this is the best way of doing things according to my opinion. Okay, I'll simply do this. Oops. Instead of using the compared to method, I'll say if this number is greater than this number here. Okay, let's try to go to the next line for visibility's sake. Let me. What else am I missing? Oh, nothing. Okay, so I'm saying if this first number here is greater than the second number, then we'll consider our list as unsorted. Okay, now let's hit the run button and see what we get. Oops, really? Let me copy and paste those numbers there. Now we have a working solution. So sorry you guys for any inconvenient for any inconvenience. Okay, what else do I want to say? Let me just try this sample run. So the list is not sorted. I can check on other set of numbers, list of numbers as well. Okay, so this is gonna be it for this tutorial, you guys. Cheers. Again, feel free at any point in time to let me know in case I made a stupid mistake. You see, for instance, if things coincidentally happen to work without me having to identify this first, of course I would have considered that as a working solution, only to find that there are certain cases that solution won't hold. Okay, so again, I keep saying this, you guys, in case you identify a mistake, let me know immediately down in the comments. See you next time, you guys.